Hi everybody, it's Rachel from Burn That Butter, and today I wanted to do a book review for a book and some concepts that are really making a difference in what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and in seeing differences in my blood sugar. I do wear a continuous glucose monitor for my diabetes, and I had made some changes in what I was doing based on just some of the things that I was seeing. It's part of how I came to intermittent fasting. I was noticing that my numbers were climbing in the mornings after I ate breakfast, and I have been using this in what's called data-driven dieting to help me with making decisions, in addition to using my Lumen and just seeing how I feel and what's going on with the scale and what's happening with my body, all of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna put my glasses on just so I can see what I wrote with my little notes, and I don't want to forget anything. This is what happens when you get older. You need to have reading glasses. Okay, so this is the book. It is called Glucose Revolution. It is by Jessie Inchauspé. Hopefully I'm not mangling her name too badly. She also has an Instagram account which is called Glucose Goddess. And to be fair, most of the information that is in this book is in that Instagram account. You don't have to buy this book. In fact, in this book, pretty sure it's in this book, or perhaps in an interview that she has done about it, she specifically says that the book is perhaps for people who don't have Instagram, who don't know how to use Instagram, for, you know, kind of what I call old ladies like me, that sort of thing. But it has I think that both of them are invaluable. If you were to try and just go through the whole Glucose Goddess Instagram account, it would take way longer than it would to read this book. This book is some pretty fast, easy reading. It is written at a level that like pretty much anybody can understand. I do have a I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm just somebody here on the internet, but I am an allied health professional. I'm a board certified lactation consultant, and so I am very familiar with, you know, medical terminology and how to interpret studies and things like that, where the average person might not be able to. And what I love about this book is that she is, and I want to be able to get it right. So she holds a bachelor's degree of science in mathematics from King's College in London, and a master's of science in biochemistry from Georgetown University. And she has worked as a geneticist for a company in Silicon Valley. So, you know, this is a person who comes from a very kind of, you know, geeky, sort of technical kind of training and orientation. And she has taken a lot of pretty complex material and broken it down so that anybody can understand it for your health. And the concept behind this is that the way that you eat your food makes a really humongous difference in how your blood sugar will spike or not spike, whether you're keeping your blood sugars fairly consistent. And she provides a lot of evidence that the more even you can keep your blood sugars, the healthier you will be. And this is not just for someone who is diabetic. This is information for anybody. So what's really, you know, a couple of things that are really nice about this book. So like, for example, there's a lot of like glucose curves showing eating different foods in different orders, and how that affects things. And also what I really like about this book, because again, as I said, I work as an allied healthcare professional, is so in my line of work as a lactation consultant, we pride ourselves on providing what's called evidence-based care. And that means looking at studies, looking at the science, and then using that to make clinical judgment, to use that to give clinical advice to our patients. And so from page 226 all the way to page 258, as you can see, like what I like about this, and this is the first time I've really seen this done this way, is, so I'm like flipping it to here. So when she makes a statement on a certain page, she talks about the medical statement that she makes, and then she gives the study that backs up what she is talking about. And so there were a few times where, like, for example, I marked here, okay? And I went and I looked up this study, and then I was able to look at the study, say, are you taking this completely out of context? Are you full of crap? What is going on here? I wanted to look at the exact study. And it's just, here are some other ones that, I went and I looked up. And I think this is great. It is just so well referenced. There's an index also in the back. So if I wanted to go back and specifically look at information about insulin and artificial sweeteners, I can go to the exact page where she is talking about that. Oh goodness, excuse me. So obviously I'm outside, there's a little bit of pollen. Sorry about the sneezing. Sorry about my neighbor's dog barking also. But this book is fantastic, and I am definitely utilizing the principles here. So as I said, if you wanted to, you could go to her website and you could look at that. But this book, it's available in hardback and also in paperback. I chose to buy it in hardback just because I knew that this was something that I was going to want to reference again and again and again. And yeah, so I love that it has glucose curves for just regular people and not just somebody who's like diabetic. And sometimes this is a little repetitious, but that's okay. So the way now that I'm eating my food is in the glucose goddess order, okay? And that means that you eat your vegetables first, okay? And the idea is that the vegetables then are going to kind of form what she calls a viscous mesh of fiber and just other material that forms a layer that makes it slower for the glucose in your food to absorb through the digestive tract. And that your stomach is like a sink, and that the food that comes in first is what is going to then pass into the small intestine first. So I will admit, I always thought that, and somehow maybe I'd been taught this, but I had always thought that the stomach was almost like a dryer for drying your clothes, that your food went in and it got like all mixed up and jumbled up, and the science now shows that that's not accurate. So the way and the order that you eat your food in makes a big difference in how that food is ultimately processed by the body. And for somebody like me who is diabetic, and I'm working really, really hard to get rid of the diabetes, it makes a huge difference in being able to control your blood sugars, which ultimately just affects your health. So now some of the claims that are made in this book are about things like PCOS and pre-diabetes, and I would like to do a little more research for myself just to see how that goes. But I know that I personally have experienced some PCOS type symptoms. Like I used to have a lot of hair, like dark, kind of thick, coarse hair that would sort of be like right here on my chin, and coarse hairs here. And I've historically spent a lot of time with my tweezers every morning trying to get rid of all of that. And I still have that a little bit, but I don't have it anywhere near the way that I used to. And I've noticed that has changed since I've started eating my food this way. So good times, right? So I do recommend this book. If you are a person who maybe you're doing something like the 75 Hard Challenge, part of that challenge is to read 10 pages a day of a self-help book, I would recommend this book to be part of your self-help, because it's just information that is going to help everybody. So hopefully this is something that makes sense for you. As you can see, I'm starting to have, you know, my collarbone showing. I'm starting to have a much thinner face. And as of this morning, I was 179 pounds. I haven't seen anything in the 170s since right after I graduated from college. I still have weight to lose, and I'll know when I get there. So in the meantime, everybody, I'm gonna give you the advice that I give everybody else, which is break a sweat every day. Do your best. Try to make the best choices that you can make. I'm gonna say eat your vegetables before you eat vegetables first. Then you're gonna eat your protein / fat, and then you're going to eat your carbohydrate source. And if you do that, you're just going to be a healthier person. So, and it's going to help you achieve your goals. All right. So be well, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. I love you. I love everybody, and have a great day. Keep burning that butter. All right. Keep burning that butter. Right. Oh, and what is my goal weight? My goal weight is to be strong AF. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. All right. And I wish that for you as well. Have a great day.